Hey there, how's it going? Welcome back to the vlog. Now yesterday I made some Vietnamese rice paper wraps for dinner and I took some for lunch today as well, and a lot of people really liked them and they said, hey, why don't you make a video making those? So that's what I'm going to do right now. Hey there, so welcome back, really good to see you here again. Now today I'm going to be using the Vietnamese square rice paper. I have got some chicken mince, I've got some ginger, half a carrot because that's all we had left, and a whole pile of other vegetables and salad bits and some mung bean sprouts. And I'm going to combine all of that together with a few sauces that I've got here as well, and we're going to make these really nice wraps and have them for dinner. So I'm going to start with putting together the chicken mince and a few sauces and some herbs, and we're going to fry that up. So let's just get that into a bowl. Okay, so there's my bowl and here's the chicken mince. So I'm just going to open that up, and I'm not sure exactly how much I need for this, but if there's too much I can take it to work tomorrow, so that's fine. So I'll just grab all of that chicken mince out of there and dump it unceremoniously into the bowl. So I will grab my ginger and I'll just grab quite a big generous spoonful of that because it's lots of flavour and it's really good for you. Then I'll grab just a bit of coriander and I'm going to put that in there as well. There we go. And I'll mix that up. And also into here I'm going to chop some spring onions, which I've got in here. No, that's capsicum, that's going in there as well. There's some spring onions here I've got, and I want the nice white fleshy end of those. Good idea with spring onions is if you just grab the hair on the end and pull it like that, the end comes off really cleanly so you don't waste too much. And then just cut that into nice even bits. Without taking your fingers off is generally a good idea. You don't want any finger in dinner, do you, Molly?
Of course. It's the best part, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so grab all that together into there. And I'm going to add in a little bit of oyster sauce. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I quite like oyster sauce. Just put a wee bit in there to fill the flavour out. And I'm going to put a bit of sweet chili sauce into this mix as well. And just in case Jamie Oliver happens to see this, we're going to add in a little bit of olive oil as well. Just a little sprinkle, carefully measured of course. Right, I'm going to stir all that up and take that over, and I'm just going to quickly put that through the frying pan. It doesn't need a hell of a lot. Okay, so I'll just turn the element on here. There we go, nice and hot. Dump the pan on there. I don't need to add any oil because I've already got the oil in the mix here, and I'm just going to pour all that straight into the pan. And I'll just grab a wooden spoon and stir that around and let that cook up. That's going to be really good and ready in a few minutes. Now while that's starting to warm, I'm just going to put a little bit of cornflour over the top of that and stir that through, because I'll be adding a bit of liquid to this shortly to make a bit of a sauce and gravy through it as well. Also the cornflour seals the meat so that it stays nice and soft. Now while that's cooking, I'm just going to grab some of the capsicum here and I'm just going to slice that up really fine. You notice I'm not bothering to overdo it, and that's because I've got a secret weapon that I'll show you in a minute. There we go. I just like to grab a bit of each colour of the capsicum for no particular good reason than they sell all three of them at the supermarket. So that's those. And I'm going to grab a big chunk of lettuce as well. And the lettuce here I'm just going to take a couple of good slices off of like that. And I'll just cut it into big chunks. Excellent. And now I'm going to take all of that and put it into this neat little contraption here. If you're interested in the gear that I'm using, have a look in the links and description below. There's plenty of information on what I'm using and why. Here we go. So I put all of that into there. Squish that down and put the lid on. And I'm just going to give that a couple of pulls. And very quickly it dices it all up really nicely. And then I'm just going to grab the cheese grater here to do the carrot. Now there's a bit of a trick with this that I figured out. A lot of people will just put that there and grate down like that. It puts a lot of force on, and a couple of times I've actually sliced the end of my thumb off. So I learnt a trick, which is to put it down sideways on the bench like this, and then you can just grate your carrot across it. It's nice and quick, and your pressure is much better controlled, and you're less likely to end up with finger in your grated carrot, because nobody's particularly keen on finger in the grated carrot, especially the person who owns the finger. And the other advantage is that all the gratings are now in here and not all over the bench, so I don't have to mix them up with something else. So I'm going to grab all of that, and then I can just put the grated carrot into the bowl. There we go. I can put my chopped up salad into here. Pick out any big bits because they're just a bit annoying. And I'll just use the spatula to grab out all of the extra little bits and pieces. There we go. And now I'll head back over and see how the chicken's going. Okay, so I'm back at the frying pan here and the chicken's looking pretty good. Just going to stir that round a bit. Pick it up off the bottom. It's cooking very nicely. And so now I'll just put a bit of water in that. And the water will combine with the cornflour and make a nice sauce for us. There you go. Now while that's simmering, I'm just going to chop up one more veggie. Now a lot of these recipes say to put a bit of onion in here as well. Personally I find that putting just raw brown onion in is a bit harsh. So I'm going to put a bit of red onion in, and I'm also going to put some sliced leek. It's another onion, it's a lot more mellow and it doesn't overpower the flavour, and it's not as acidic as the brown onions. So here we are. I'll just start with the leek, and I'm just going to make some thin slices off that. Take the other skin off and take off a wee bit more. It doesn't need a lot of this. I must make a note to turn my watch notifications off as well while I'm making videos, so it doesn't go ding all the time, but I'm sure you guys will get over it and not worry about it too much. Now this I'm going to go and put into the mixture in the pan. And then I'll get my half red onion here, which is all I'm going to need, and I'm just going to slice that up fine. There we go, and add that straight into the salad like that. Red onion of course being nowhere near as acidic or harsh as the brown onions either, and that will spread right through and give it some really good flavour. There you go, that's chopped up pretty nice and fine there. And that just adds straight into the salad mix, and there we go. Okay, I'm going to take a few minutes now and let the meat cool down a bit, and then I'll be putting it all together and combining it, and I'll show you how to do the rice wrappers. Rightio, now the mince here is cooled down enough, and I've got my salad and bits and pieces sitting down here, so I'm going to mix all of that together now, and then I'll show you how we soak the wraps together to make them soft and then wrap them up. It's real easy, anyone can do it. They look a little intimidating because there's no instructions with them, of course, when you buy these things, but yeah, it's real easy, and they're really healthy as well. It's just made with rice and tapioca flour, water and salt. And my watch keeps going ding. I really should turn that off. Okay, so here's my bowl, and here's my chicken mince and sauce mixture. So I'm just going to put all that in together now, and there's quite a bit of it in there, but that's cool because what we'll do is we'll compact it all down to make these wraps work. And I'll just grab my spoon and I'll mix that all in with the salad. It'll warm the salad up a bit as well, of course, but that's okay. The idea is that these do come out a bit warm. Great thing also is that if you make heaps of them, the rice paper doesn't go all soggy and stuff overnight. If you put them together into a lunchbox, as I'll show you soon, they'll be perfectly fine and just as stable the following day. Okay, there we go. So that's all nicely mixed together and is looking really, really good. Okay, so here's the rice paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a sheet of that out of here, and I'm going to put it over next to me here in this tray of water that I put together. It's just normal cold water. Now these need to sit in here for about 30 seconds. Now it's a good idea to have a tea towel next to you so you can dry your fingers before you get the next sheet out, otherwise it'll get sticky on you. So while that one's soaking, I'll get the next one out and ready, and I'll just put that there, and that will nearly be done. You want to make sure that they're fully submerged so that they soften evenly. There we go. And that's about as long as it needs, I think. Just a few seconds more. It is very quick, you don't want to walk away and leave them or anything like that. Okie doke. Pull that out now. When you pull it out, it should still be just a little bit crisp. It will continue to soften while it's sitting here. And I can put the next one in and get that all under the water while I start wrapping up the first one. Okay, so to wrap up the first one, I will just set the camera up again there. All I'm doing is taking a decent sized spoonful of the mixture, putting it there about just off one halfway, that's the halfway mark of the sheet here. It's a bit difficult to see possibly, so I'm just putting that there. Then I pull that corner over and I'll just squish that in tight just to compact the filling up a little bit and make sure there's not too much air in there. You don't just want to be wrapping up air. Then you fold the two side corners across into the middle, so it's about that wide across, about one finger, and then you just push that under and roll it up fairly tight. There you go, and there you go, that's it. It's as simple as that. You've got a chicken salad rice roll all ready to go. So I'll just pull a plate out and put that on there. Now they feel a bit soggy when you first put them together, and here's my next sheet is ready to go. They do feel a bit soggy when you first put them together, but that's okay, because the rice paper will actually absorb water and partially dry out again. So here's my next one. I'll just wrap that up as well. I'll move a bit quicker on this one. There we go. Pull that over, fold it up, move the sides across, and just roll that one down. There we go. And here you can see that the surface on the first one is already dried a little bit and comes kind of a little bit rubbery, which is what it's supposed to do. It's absorbing the water out in the liquid, and it dries, and it just comes up really, really nicely and keeps the moisture inside. So I'll continue and make a whole heap more of these, and we'll come back when I've finished. I almost forgot here as well, put some mung bean sprouts in, and it just freshens the whole meal up as well. There we go. If the chopping board starts to get a little bit wet, just dry it off, easy peasy, and then carry on with your next sheet. Okay, and now for the moment of truth. Cameron, have one.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, there you have it. It's pretty good.